we go. Hi there, everybody. Carson Meredith with you. It is a Saturday evening, a little later than scheduled. I apologize. But we are here because we got a lot to talk about, including a few showers that you might see this evening. But the main focus is really going to be next week. Quite busy indeed. Quite a bit of rain and a few storms in the mix as well. So that is our main talking point as we start our live chat this evening. Let's first focus on radar right now because we still have about a 20% chance for a few of those lighter showers now through about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And this is thanks to a cold front moving through. And if you look very, very closely, for our friends up in Lawrence and Jackson County, Indiana, a couple little blips starting to show up. This isn't a big deal. I just want to do our due diligence here. See some of those showers, very hit and miss across northern Lawrence County up northeast of Bedford, really closer to Freetown there in Jackson County. And got to really look to find some of those sprinkles continuing to develop right along that front. It's just now starting to make its way into our southern Indiana counties, and it will keep pushing southward as the night goes on. This front is going to have a nice cool down with it for sure, but it doesn't have a ton of moisture with it. So that's why our shower chances tonight are pretty slim. Nonetheless, we'll keep those showers around as the front keeps sliding southeastward over the next 4 to 6 hours. Let's zoom out and I'll show you where that front is. There you go. Right exactly where we were talking about. Now, this front will be long gone really by 2 o'clock in the morning. And that's going to set the stage for a beautiful Sunday. Just a gorgeous day tomorrow. Little breezy again, not blustery like today, but it's also going to be cooler. So that's the main headline for your Sunday. It's a little cooler tomorrow, at least compared to where we were earlier today. So that front will slide through in the next 6 hours, bringing with it a 20% chance for a few light showers. So if you're heading out tonight, if you got late night plans on the town, keep the umbrella handy just in case. A lot of you won't need it, but a few light showers will be around through about 2 a.m. Live look outside of downtown from our Jeffersonville SkyTrack camera. Boy, what a warm day it was. Near record territory. And it's still warm out there tonight. 72 degrees. Last check at Ali International Airport, we hit 76 earlier today. 1 degree off a record. Record for this date is 77, and we came up just 1 degree short. But that's still 20 degrees or so above average for November 15th. So it's 72 in Louisville. Most of us are in the upper 60s to low 70s still. But that cooler air will move in tonight. And a lot of you tomorrow morning will be starting off your Sunday in the 40s. So you might need to grab the slightly heavier jackets again to get your day started tomorrow. And we're not really going to climb all that much through the day, despite all the sunshine. And that's, of course, thanks to that colder air that'll keep streaming in throughout the day tomorrow. So for tonight, we'll keep that 20% shower chance like we talked about. Here in Louisville, you guys know the drill at the heat island. We'll do the forecast of 50 on the dot for overnight tonight here in the city, 40s elsewhere. And like we talked about, there's not going to be a major warm-up tomorrow. 58 in the city. I think the average high tomorrow is 57, so pretty close to where we should be in mid-November. Everybody else will be in the 50s as well. Columbia, you guys down in Dare County may touch 60. Campbellsville, Mumfordville, maybe Lebanon, you guys could touch 60 as well. But for the most part, we're looking at the 50s with some slightly cooler 50s up towards Seymour, North Vernon, and maybe Madison as well. So yeah, not too bad over the next day or two. Pretty quiet, actually. I mentioned it's going to be a little breezy tomorrow, not as blustery as today. There were some gusts as expected, around 30, 31 miles per hour, I think I saw. Tomorrow, we'll see those gusts around 15 to 20. So still breezy. And the big difference tomorrow is that breeze is out of the northwest. So it's a cooler breeze. So those jackets will be needed throughout the day on Sunday. But all in all, feels like a pretty calm, quiet, pleasant November day tomorrow. Pleasant as far as a typical November day, at least. Who is here tonight? ZK's here. I see Anita's here. Hello. Yeah, I mean, it was a great day today. We even saw a little more sun than I thought, which is always a good thing. So that made it even better. Adam's very happy. The Hoosiers are 11-0. Got the win today. Looking to close out a perfect regular season in a couple of weeks, right, Adam? Braden says hello. DJ King's here. Adam, where he's at up in Bloomington, can tell the wind has shifted. Yeah, that front's basically on top of Bloomington now. Maybe just a smidge south of Bloomington. So that you're going to feel that wind shift rather quickly as this front moves in tonight. That's a big reason why a lot of you will be in the 40s when you wake up Sunday morning. It's a fast-moving front. It's a strong front when you're talking about the cold air behind it. It just doesn't have a ton of moisture with it, and that's why the rain chances are pretty slim. Gary, I know you're a big fan of these warmer temperatures we had today up there in Pewee Valley. Hope all is good. Kenneth on YouTube, why can't we just have today's temps a little longer? I know it. A lot of you guys beg for these 70s to stick around as long as they possibly can, but more often than not, it's hard to keep these 70s around here this time of year for more than a day or two, and that's going to be the case this go around. Judy's here. Jeff on Twitter. Carol's here. Tasha, hello. Brandon's here. All right. Got a good little group tonight. Let's turn to next week because it looks busy. It does look busy with rain and storms, periods of rain and storms. This is a classic setup where a front's going to stall right on top of us, and you're going to have little disturbances just kind of scoot along that front throughout next week, giving us those on-again, off-again periods of showers and a few storms. I will say no day next week, at least for now, looks like a total washout. There will still, however, be storms at times and just rain as we go through much of next week. Tuesday through Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 straight days. Here's kind of the first wave of rain, if you will. This is late Monday night, more so Tuesday morning. All right. So imagine the warm front. It's basically right through here, give or take 20 miles across southern Kentucky. So this first wave is going to scoot right on by on the north side of the front and brings our first dose of widespread rain and maybe a few thunderstorms. Now, we'll have to keep an eye on the timing for the Tuesday morning rush hour. If we have heavy rain Tuesday morning during the rush, that could be a problem. So we'll watch that closely. No severe concern on Tuesday. But we get the initial round of rain early in the day. Still some scattered showers and storms into Tuesday afternoon, although I don't think there will be as many later in the day Tuesday as what we will have early in the day on Tuesday. So that's Tuesday. And then you just notice it's kind of like a fire hose. There's the front. And you just see wave after wave after wave after wave right along that front. And those repetitive rounds of rain are going to add up quickly. But the fact that they're stretched out over 4 days keeps the flooding risk low, which is good. Wednesday morning, we could be dealing with more scattered showers and storms. Hopefully not as many as Tuesday morning. And I don't want to get too specific on the exact time frames because each little wave here is still moving around when you're looking at the exact hour-to-hour timing of it. So you get the idea. We're going to be tracking several waves of showers and storms starting Tuesday morning, going into Tuesday afternoon, going into Wednesday morning, Wednesday night potentially, as you see here on Futurecast. Then that warm front, which is still nearby, basically between Nashville and Louisville, will start to retreat northward. This is Thursday during the day. So you're going to have another dose of rain and storms Thursday morning as that front lifts northward. And that front's getting carried northward by a pretty powerhouse low pressure system and a cold front that comes with it. So this cold front will be moving in from the west, likely Friday. It slowed down just a little bit looking over the data over the last day or two. This slower timing would allow for a couple of things. One, it would allow for a drier Thursday afternoon, a mild day too, with highs in the mid 60s. But it could also open the door for a few stronger storms Friday afternoon if it keeps slowing down, if this cold front continues to slow down. Right now, as you look at Futurecast, this is 7 o'clock Friday morning and that front's moving in. That is a really good time frame if you're going to have to deal with rain and storms because there's not a ton of instability. But if those storms decide to hang around into Friday afternoon, then they could re-intensify and maybe pack a little bit more of a punch. I think at minimum on Friday, we're dealing with a very windy, rainy setup. That in and of itself could cause an alert day. If we're looking at 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts with soaking rain, right? We'll just have to wait and see what the strong storm potential might be. Right now, I don't see a ton. But again, if this system keeps slowing down, then we could have a new problem to deal with. But for more than anything else, Friday looks to be just rain and wind for now. But that could still change. We get into Friday night, the front pushes eastward and the low moves out as well. There could still be enough moisture around for a few isolated showers next Saturday. So 1 week from today. Doesn't look like a ton though. So at least the start of next weekend for now is trending drier. But as you guys have heard Brian talk about throughout the week, last several weeks, things are still pretty active as we head into Thanksgiving week and beyond. So that's where we stand for this upcoming week. Here's a first look, if you will, at rainfall totals. Do not take these numbers to be gospel. Louisville is not going to see exactly 2.22 inches of rain this week. It just gives you that general idea that that heaviest rain is going to be on the north side of that warm front. And sure enough, the areas on the north side of the warm front are here at home. I think most of us will pick up a solid 1 to 3 inches of rain over the next week. That should not cause major flooding issues like we talked about because it's all spread out over 4 days. But when you get these rounds of heavier rain, you could obviously have ponding on the roads. If those showers and storms move in during the rush hour, that's a whole nother ball game. And again, we just have to wait a little while longer to nail down exact timing on each particular wave of rain. All right. But we're getting closer to being able to do just that. But in general, we're looking at about 1 to 3 inches of rain next week. But it's all spread out, so I'm not too terribly worried about flooding at this point. All right, here comes your 10-day. And we'll answer questions if you got any. I'm keeping things short and sweet tonight. Tomorrow looks great. Front moves through tonight. Couple showers, no big deal. Monday looks good during the day. Monday looks really good, actually, during the day. It's late Monday night into Tuesday morning when things go downhill. So we start in the 50s on Tuesday. We stay in the 50s through Tuesday, I should say. Then we start to try to climb into the 60s. Now, one thing I will say about those temperatures for Wednesday and Thursday especially, those are highly contingent on where the warm front is and how many waves of showers and storms we see, especially Wednesday. If you're on the north side of that warm front, not only are you going to see a better rain chance, but your temperatures will be cooler because you're not in the warm sector. So that can fluctuate as we get closer to Wednesday and Thursday. We'll be solidly in the 60s by Thursday. It might just be the low 60s instead of the upper 60s. We'll see. And then that cold front moves through on Friday and knocks us back down to the 50s as we get towards next weekend. Speaking of next weekend, Saturday, as I mentioned, looks mostly dry. But Thanksgiving week still looks busy. And we're also still trying to nail down exactly when each of those waves of showers and storms moves through. It looks warmer than colder. I've seen some buzz on social media that Thanksgiving Day might be cold and snowy. I'm not seeing that right now. Now, I do think by the end of Thanksgiving weekend and into that first week of December, it could get cold. Yes, absolutely. But I don't think Turkey Day itself looks cold and snowy. If anything, it might be mild and damp. We'll see. Thanksgiving will be in the 10-day Monday. It'll be in the 10-day on Monday. So that's where we are, guys. Hopefully, covered everything. Hopefully, it all made sense. What questions do we have? Let's see here. Kelly's here. Any storm screaming severe potential? Not right now. Not right now. It's mainly just kind of the heavy rain issue while it's actually falling. Might cause some ponding. If we're going to have any severe potential, it would be Friday as the cold front's moving through. Right now, it's an earlier arrival on Friday, which would keep the severe threat in check. But if it becomes more of a Friday afternoon issue, we may have to look at it a little further. But nothing really screams severe weather at this point. Shonda's here. Hi, Shonda. Hope all's well over there in Jeff. ZK is not going to complain because it could be snow. Well, like I said, getting into December, it's going to turn cold, it appears. So if you like mild temperatures, you're in luck the next few days, next week or so. Let's see. Jeremy talking about the Thanksgiving week Arctic blast. Yeah, we kind of mentioned it. It is delayed, I suppose. Right now, Thanksgiving week looks to be seasonable, maybe a tick above average. I think the colder air won't move in until towards the end of Thanksgiving weekend, like the Sunday, potentially, and then into that first week of December. So, like I said, I think Thanksgiving itself, if I had to pick cold and snowy versus mild and damp, I would probably lean towards mild and damp at this point. Long way to go. Long way to go on that, though. Adam, so the way you explain it, worst case scenario, dry Friday morning and then a better chance for instability Friday afternoon. Yeah, that's the worst case scenario at this point. And right now, I don't see that. But this timing's been fluctuating on these later systems for days now. It's been all over the place. It's starting to zero in on Friday early for that best storm chance, but that could obviously still change. Let's see. Gary, thank you for not talking about any lurking polar vortex or Arctic plunge. Yeah, I let Brian handle all that good stuff. I just focus on the next 10 days. But I do not see that in the next 10 days at all. Let's see. Braden, any alert days, if any? Well, it's tough because with this kind of a setup where you've got that front hovering nearby next week, if you get one of those waves of rain and it's heavy and it's during a rush hour, we have to look at a possible alert day for that rush hour window. But it's just too hard to nail down if that might be a concern, and if it is a concern, when. The only day that does scream potential alert day would be Friday, not for severe weather necessarily, but just for a combination of heavy rain and wind. That's going to be a pretty dynamic cold front that moves through. So it could have some 30, 40 mile an hour wind gusts, even if it's not severe. So I think this day I'm focusing on is Friday, but even before then, it's still going to be quite damp. Prelude. So have you recovered from last winter yet, especially January? I haven't recovered from last winter or spring. You guys remember how crazy it was the start of the year? It's like we had the huge snowstorm January 5th, which I was one day off. I won my rookie year. I won the snow contest. And I'm proud of it. But we had that. Then we had several other winter weather episodes through the end of February or mid-February at least. And then boom, here we go with severe weather. It was exhausting. And yes, I am still recovering from that. And here we go again with another winter, right? Jeremy, are you holding with your 1-inch snow prediction date? Yes, I am. I think December is going to get cold, and there's going to be at least one system that moves through, be it a clipper or whatever, that's going to put down 1 inch of snow around December 17th. I'm holding on to it. I'm not backing down. I am all in. I'm committed. Plus, I don't even think we can change our dates once they're locked in. So, anyway, all right, guys, that's all I got for tonight. Appreciate you tuning in. Enjoy the sunshine tomorrow. Hopefully, you enjoyed the 70s today. Not going to be that warm on Sunday, but still a beautiful day ahead to wrap up the weekend. Good weekend to get the lights up. Have you done that? Did you get the lights up this weekend? You're going to do it tomorrow? Probably a good idea while it's still dry, not bitterly cold. You don't want to turn the lights on. A lot of you want to wait till Thanksgiving. I get it. I used to be that way. Still kind of am. You can leave the lights off, but just get them set up. And all you have to do is flip the switch whenever you want to. Anyway. All right, guys, that's it for now. Appreciate you tuning in. I'll see you again tonight on Wave News at 11 after college football. I think Ohio State's playing tonight on Wave. And I'll be back all day tomorrow with another update here on Wave Weather Now, sometime during the 7 o'clock hour on your Sunday evening. That's it for now, though. Take care. I'll talk soon.